Namaskar again, Acharya. My question is related to the fact that sometimes we see that some people have a tendency, they are very sensitive to their environment. They cry very easily, they feel pain very easily. And nowadays, that is more of a disability than a blessing. Psychological literature might say that they are too empathetic for their own good. So I want to ask, is it really a curse or is it a blessing, or are these people simply weak? They have a weak spiritual constitution and that is something they need to work upon in order to
Obviously,
overcome that sin.
obviously, you see, this that is being called as being extra empathetic is nothing but a problem of attachment. It is not empathy. Empathy is a different thing altogether. Empathy is a great thing to have. You cannot be over empathetic ever. I do not know which doctor is using this term that because of excessive empathy this person is suffering. If a person suffers, it is not because of empathy but of the other natural problems that the self is born with. What are those problems? They are all biological. The child carries them in the very moment of birth. Fear, greed, attachment, delusion, lust, anger. The Bhagavad Gita lists them as Shadripu, the 6 enemies that you are born with. Or you could give them one generic name, Maya. You are born with Maya, rather Maya herself is born in your name, shape, face, form. So, attachment is one of those problems. You are attached to someone and then you cannot let go of that person, and then something happens and you start crying too easily, you break down every day. Obviously, that is not a virtue. Neither in the material sense and not even in the spiritual sense. Spirituality is a strength. Any display of weakness or even any existence of weakness is not spiritual. I do not know how we have this impression that good people, spiritual people are not really strong people, and that strength is a preserve of all the evil ones. Not that way. The strength that spirituality gives you is unparalleled. A person who does not know herself will never be able to match a spiritually strong person. In fact, I can venture to say that the only strength possible to a human being is spiritual. All the other things that appear like strengths are nothing but weaknesses in making. They are dualistic. What appears like strength in one instance will very soon translate into a kind of weakness. Are you getting it? For example, it might be your weakness for money that makes you a very strong chaser of wealth. In your chase, you are prepared to do many unscrupulous things, and people will say, see, he is a strong personality. No, he is not a strong personality. He simply has a weakness for money. Spiritual strength is non-dual. It has no opposite. It does not end anywhere. It does not deceive you. It is simply an inner firmity, something within that lies untouched by all that's going on, something within that is so devoted to something, just one thing, that it's absolutely madly in love and is therefore uncaring to whatever is going on. Uncaring in the sense it does not look towards consequences. It does the right thing and does not put too much emphasis on the results. That's spiritual strength. Are you getting it? If one says one is spiritual and is still found weeping and sobbing and succumbing, then the spirituality is false. The lessons have to be relearned. The basics have to be redone.
Thank you, Acharya, for that answer.